Good morning. Welcome back to Storytime. Hey, I've got a great story.
Whoa, hold up. You told me I was reading today.
No.
Yes, I have this book ready to go. I'm ready to read because you told me I was reading today.
Kyle, you're always this way.
I am tired of you two squabbling. You need to work this out.
I think we should read this book.
I don't want to read that book. I have this book ready to go.
All right, stop. Find a book, find a completely different book, and you can both read it.
Okay,
Fine.
All right, let's see what we have here. Well, how about The Squirrels Who Squabbled by Rachel Bright and Jim Field? Can we read that one together?
Sure, we'll do that one together.
Okay. In a towering forest where summer had been, the leaves turned to gold as cold wind blew in, and as autumn arrived with the sky raging red, the sleepiest creatures got ready for bed.
While up in a tree swung a flighty young squirrel who everyone knew as Spontaneous Sorrel. That'd be me, yep.
Now most foresty folk had seen to their needs through the plentiful months of mushrooms and seeds. They built up their stores so they'd all be well fed through the frosting of winter that glittered ahead.
But Sorrel, he lived in the now and here. He'd adventured and partied his way through the year. So his cupboard was empty, his hollow was bare. He hadn't a mouthful of food anywhere.
But wait, what was that? Over there, take a look. A single lone pine cone wedged in a nook. He squeaked with delight, and for very good reason.
For inside were the very last nuts of the season.
But Cyril wasn't alone. There were more hungry eyes. Yes, Planethead Bruce, that's me, had his sights on the prize.
Though he'd gathered fresh treasures of every sort, Bruce was convinced he was one pine cone short.
I simply must have it, he wistfully cried, as he dreamt of the fresh, juicy pine nuts inside.
So as Sorrel set off on his way to the ground, Bruce, he was also last pine cone bound. They sprinted and scurried with no time to gamble. They scratched at the bark in their scampering scramble.
But their panic and haste shook the tips of the spruce, and the pine cone, it tumbled, and then it came loose.
Both squirrels gave chase at a lightning pace. This was the start of a wild, nutty race. It's mine, shouted Sorrel.
No, mine, hollered Bruce. You don't stand a chance. Give up. It's no use.
I'm hungry, cried Sorrel. This cone is not yours.
Stay back, shouted Bruce. This cone's for my stores.
It boinged over bushes and flew through the air.
It binged on the nose of a slumbering bear. It bounced over boulders, then came to a...
Stop. Then teetered and wobbled and quivered and...
Plop! Both squirrels followed. Oh, the water was fast. Would they learn that they needed each other at last?
But each was intent on how he could win, so they didn't quite notice a bird swooping in.
Cyril and Bruce, they watched in dismay as their cone disappeared up, and away.
Come back, shouted Sorrel.
There are nuts, exclaimed Bruce, but all hope was gone. It was simply no use.
And meanwhile they drifted right up to the ledge. Greed, it was driving them.
Over the edge.
Cyril and Bruce, they had taken a fall. They were paying the price for wanting it all. They had squandered their chances to team up and share. Would their nutty young hopes simply end in despair?
Bruised and bedraggled, they swept past dry land. Cyril grabbed at a branch with a trembling hand.
Catching Bruce with the other, he heaved and he huffed and pulled him to safety with panting and puffs. They dragged themselves up with sputtering wriggles. Then Bruce looked at Cyril and...
exploded in giggles. How silly we are, he managed to mutter. How greedy I've been, he proclaimed with a sputter. We shall change from...
We shall change from today. May the squabbling cease. We should celebrate, seeing we're both in one piece.
From that day forward, they made a great pair. They would gather together and found that they could share.
Yes, Cyril and Bruce, they knew in the end.
The best thing to share is a laugh with your friend.
That was a good story. I'm glad we read that one together.
Me too. Thanks for getting along.
You know, there was one thing, the student resource page on the website, I think that's a good thing for students and parents to look at to know what's going on and have some activities to keep them busy too.
Yeah, that's located on the rbraptors.org homepage. That'd be
Yeah.
a great place. Has a lot of activities by grade level and by content area all the way through high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know also that we sent an email out Friday to parents about filling out a form about internet usage or internet availability and technology availability. That way we know what they have at home if we need to help. So.
Yeah, all right. Awesome.
Well, thanks for getting along with me, Kyle, this
thanks
time.
for reading the book. It was awesome.
We hope you're getting
Yep.
along better at home than we did until we start reading this story.
Yeah.
So
See ya.